To the untrained ear, this sound could easily be mistaken for a swarm of hungry locusts. However, it's not. On a spring weekend in Cleveland, there were no insects as all the clicking sounds were emanating from little plastic boxes. With the halls overflowing with knowledge-starved canines, we were at ClickerExpo, the premier dog training event that teaches people how to do amazing things with this simple little device. This is Karen Pryor, animal behaviorist, author, and the veritable matriarch of clicker training world, whose work laid the cornerstone for this training revolution. But initially, she started with Flipper, not Fido.
I learned my dolphin training back in the 60s when there were no other rules for training dolphins except to use a whistle to tell them when they did it right and throw a fish. So I learned operant conditioning, the science of behavior, from my dolphins. And it doesn't matter what kind of animal it is, humans included, we all learn this way.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, we had to start with the basics. What is clicker training?
Clicker training is using a very specific marker to speak to the dog. That click marks the exact instant the behavior was correct. Click and treat means that we follow up that click with a treat. Because the click in itself is just a noise. We associate it with the treat so that it represents the treat.
With some of the basics under our belt, we wanted to learn more. First, what kind of animal can be clicker trained?
We really haven't found any animals that don't respond this way. Everybody's got to figure out how to get their breakfast. And this is a wonderful way to tell the animal, you've got breakfast. Show me how to give you the breakfast.
Can humans be clicker trained? Is your husband clicker trained?
In a sense, yes.
Yes.
Second, is the old adage about an old dog and new tricks really true?
The clicker is great because, again, it provides easy, simple, clear information. And an old dog appreciates that just as much as a young one.
As we ventured into the various seminars, we learned that clicker training can be used for just about anything. Teaching dogs how to run in the show ring, tolerating the judge's prodding hands, and learning some old school tricks. However, clickers do have limitations, especially when a beagle catches sight of a squirrel outside the window. An important point is that once behaviors are learned, the clicker and treats are replaced with verbal commands.
Probably the biggest misconception that pet owners have is that I need to use this clicker the rest of my life. That's so untrue. You only use it, you only need it when you are teaching a new behavior.
In a different room, we rejoined the Whites, who were teaching a PhD level course, playing fetch with raw hot dogs, using plastic tubing as a surrogate sausage, and then working their way up to the real thing. They clicked their way through the complexity of this tempting test.
Good girl. All right.
Some students looked up to the challenge, and some did not.
That hot dog ain't gonna see sundown.
No, no way. Not with this dog.
Despite a high success rate, the clicker highway does have some speed bumps along the way.
Can we take it? Give.
Oh.
Even though this device is called a clicker, anyone here knows it's way more than just a remote control.